Hello. Um, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my predicament. My eyes are swollen because my eyes were leaking a bit earlier this night. It is probably going to be about 10 or 20 minutes long. I'll try to keep it more on the positive side, but sometimes you just gotta let stuff out that is maybe not so positive, but just be okay with it and just sort of move through it. It's 5:55 a.m. and I'm still not very good at making videos, but that's okay. I woke up at about 2:30 a.m. and I've just been lying here trying to sleep again. Immensely, perturbed and in a bit of a state. So the situation is, with the rising cost of living and me as a single mom struggling financially, last week I wasn't really able to work that much. I found it very hard to concentrate on working and getting anything done, anything productive. I had the kids all gone. The kids were gone during Monday to Friday of last week, and I have them all week this week. But I'm finding that, I'm basically just doing Uber driving to sustain the gas that I have to spend to drive them to school and back, which is getting very, very expensive. And so, like today or yesterday now, I spent more in gas than I made. And there was a period during the day where there just wasn't any Uber drives or Uber jobs during the day. And I started to get stressed out because I only had a certain amount of hours left or I had like 2 hours left before I had to pick up the kids from school. And then I was trying to make a certain amount before I picked them up so that I could pay for the gas to get back home. I ended up working it out, but it's getting really, really expensive just for the gas money. So yeah, I have them all week this week. So that's, every day driving them for an hour to school and then driving all the way back. It's getting to be about $30 every time I drive them to school and back. Every time I drive into town and back, $30 to $40. Which is like really expensive. And then I've been trying to do some work online with like online business stuff. That's going very slowly. And I'm a bit stressed because I basically have, like, I feel really pressured to now get it all worked out. Like, I don't feel like I have enough time to where I completely run out of time to to gain enough momentum to actually be able to support myself within a couple months. So yeah. Anyhow, the rising living costs are just kind of stressful, and I don't have a sustainable way to make enough to live on at the moment. During all of the later part of last year, it was all, I was planning to go out to Australia for a little while to work on stuff, and so that fell through. And so now it's sort of like I feel like I'm on this treadmill and I just can't get ahead, and I just can't make it. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And each week I try to hold it all together for my kids and pretend like nothing's happening, and yeah. And I have many sleepless nights where I just can't sleep, even though I take melatonin, or I put on an audiobook to listen to. A little while ago, I was trying rain sounds to go to sleep, just laying here feeling fucked. So, and I can't move because the price of rent has skyrocketed everywhere. So what I'm paying right now even is like super cheap in comparison to anywhere else that I could possibly move. I mean, it's crazy. I couldn't afford to move back to the city, and even around here, I think just for like a 2-bedroom for myself and my kids, it's like gone up to, I heard the other day, or saw the other day, it was like something like 2,500 or something like that. And I wouldn't even have the money to move anyway. So, and I'm in a situation now, like just in the last 3 months, I somehow wound up in a bunch of debt, like over Christmas, and then the plane ticket that I put it all on a credit card, being led along thinking that that it was all going to work out. So And then I just had other expenses over Christmas. Like I had to pay $500 to get the gas tank refilled. So that had to go on a credit card, the propane tank. I had to, just last month, I finished paying off another credit account, which I was paying $150 a month for the last plane ticket I paid for to go out to Australia. So, like, paying that off has put me behind. And so, for the past couple of weeks, I've just been pretty much like broke. Because I'm so behind on everything. And I've been trying to play catch up, and I'm just on this treadmill merry-go-round, and I can't seem to get ahead at all. And then, worrying about it obviously doesn't help, but I can't seem to help that. And then I get stuck in this loop of just, worrying about stuff, worrying about what's going to happen, worrying about, sorry, I'll try not to get emotional. Emotional damage. Worrying about losing my kids, worrying about, losing my home, and, I don't want that. Worrying about losing my freedom, and, not having a solution. And so then just by worrying, I get behind because, and then, this whole situation with Grant, that was taking up my time and attention, up until last week. And, just trying to resolve it, whatever it was, which it still doesn't really make sense to me, but I just have to go, well, fuck it. And, time and attention spent on that, just being hurt and angry and feeling made wrong and confused and bewildered and feeling left in the dirt and just discarded and just severely hurt and invalidated. Like, and then, what's weird is like, I still sometimes miss him, but I miss the old version of him. Not this horrible new version of like complete, nullification and just being a jerk, basically. Quite frankly. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say the old version, I would say the real version. But then I go, why, that doesn't make sense for me to, so then I try to suppress that, and then, then it just becomes more fucked up, and then suppress it again and more, and then it's, and then I get angry again, and then hurt again about it, and it's just this constant loop. And then confused again, and then wondering like what what the fuck? And then, it's horrible. It is horrible. And you can't just tell a person, oh, just move on. Oh, just forget about it. It doesn't work like that. But apparently he's quite happy to just move on. And he's quite, satisfied with everything. And doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care about my feelings. Doesn't care. The amount of time that we spent talking and together, and the depth and quality of communication, doesn't give a shit, doesn't matter, doesn't mean anything. And I just can't understand. It literally tears my heart apart. Tears me apart at the seams. And I can't understand how someone could be so cold. But that's okay. I just have to go, well, just fuck it. Whatever. I've been forced into having to be that way about it. But it still ties up my attention a lot. And I wish it weren't like that. But there's really nothing I can do about it. And I just have to go, oh, well. I've never been hurt by someone so much before in my life. Birds are starting to sing outside. See, I knew this was going to be about 10 or 20 minutes. Anyway, I didn't really plan out what I was going to say very much on here. Anyway, so there's all that. And he, I don't know. He just hates my guts. I don't know why, but, I was hoping I wouldn't get emotional. I hate crying. I never loved somebody more than that, ever. Or poured my heart and soul into something as much as I did with him, ever. And I would never do that again with anybody else. Never. No way. Ugh. But, I understand why I did with him, but wow. Just wow. Just to be discarded at the end of it all. Oh well, fuck it, right? Who cares? So yeah. So there's that. But I'm trying to just, forget about it. And yeah, trying to just do the best I can. Trying to still be a good parent, but I trip up in that sometimes. Trying to just, love my kids the best as I can. And I'm trying to get my online income going, but but this week I can't even do anything this week because I have to drive all day long, which is only just paying for gas, pretty much. I'm basically just breaking even, or today I didn't even break even. I just all this week because I have them all this week. So I'm like, I can't even work this week on other stuff, let alone with my own, mental bullshit going on. So yeah. So I'm going to pray for a miracle. I really need a miracle to happen. I don't want someone to come in and tell me how to run my life, but given the right answer, the right solution, I will take it. I'm not going to do anything that's like unethical or like illegal or whatever, but I need a miracle. So to whatever gods or God or whatever, or infinite intelligence or big spiritual wonderful gloriness out there, I know that what am I trying to say? I know that no matter what is happening in somebody's life, their true, in most cases, almost like 99% of the time, their true spirit, when you take away, their present time problems and stuff like that, their beingness is very mighty and great and spiritual and good and wise, and that's just what I believe. I believe that most people's true nature is good and beautiful and strong and wise and benevolent, and that is their true nature. When they die, when they leave their body, what's left is them, minus all their stuff and their money issues and their interpersonal relationships and their everything. It's just them. But I think everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes people get tripped up in their interpersonal relationships, whatever. And it's not necessarily always their fault, but they do have something to do with it. They do have some responsibility because they, had some participation, So, but anyway, if this message gets out to anybody who is holy and wise, not holy, but like a really great being, I'd really love some help, but not in the way that some people think that you help someone, like, coming in and ordering them about, like, to some degree, like, as you're growing up, yeah, your parents have to tell you what to do, like, hey, clean up your mess, and, hey, whatever, pick up your shoes, and, comb your hair, take a shower, yada, yada, all that. So, not like, treat a person, a grown adult like a child, because sometimes people view that as help when it's not really. But I guess help in the way of like encouragement, and even though I may fuck up along the way, like just help as in, what a true friend would do. And help, encouragement, love, real love, not just, like, oh yeah, I love you, I mean it, but like just allowing a person to be who they are, like how they are right now. Yeah, like, the concept of granting beingness, but like, allowing them to be in the fucked up situation, but believing that given the right, I don't know, it's almost like given the right tools or the right set of circumstances or being in the right place at the right time or being lucky enough. I don't know what exactly, but like believing that they are good enough to climb out of the hole that they're now in, instead of just standing above them and laughing at them or walking away from them or, hearing them and then, I don't know, but, just saying, hey, you can do this, and throw them down a rope. Like, come on, it's okay. Like, come up here where it's sunny and fun and free and yada yada and beautiful. I'm just so tired of everything at the moment. I'm so tired of being on this treadmill merry-go-round of struggling. And trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and not quite being good enough yet. I don't know if that all makes sense or not, but I just wish I could clear my head and just kind of, yeah, I don't really know. All right. Onward. Right? And I hope that I haven't been too well, actually, whatever. One day I'll get better at this. But yeah, I just need a miracle. Thanks.